Well, as promised, we are going over to Gqeberha now to catch up with the Bafana Bafana goalkeeper, captain, and many people's favorite for the Footballer of the Season at the PSL Awards, Ronwen Williams. He has taken some time off from his busy schedule to give back to his community of Gelvandale. Williams, who has started for both club and country this season, is back in Gqeberha and is marking Youth Month through the Ronwen Foundation. And Sports Live senior reporter Velile Mnyandu has made the trek to Gqeberha and is currently with Ronwen Williams, who will tell us more about what has been happening this weekend. And let's go over then to our very own Velile Mnyandu. Good evening from us on Sports Live. Velile, I hope you've enjoyed your stay in Gqeberha so far. I can see you sitting next to the captain. Tell us about the Ronwen Foundation and what's been going on so far.
Thank you, Tabiso. Good evening once again. Well, I can tell you that we didn't plan that today's show can all be about just Gqeberha only. I hear you talk about Lupolo as well. Also, we've got Ronwen here. And I don't know whether because you and Ronwen, you are just from New Brighton and it's from Gelvandale, separated by only 5 kilometers there. But, well, Tabiso, as you've just said, you are here in Gqeberha. The skipper, we're talking about Ronwen Williams, the man who left his home only aged 12. 20 years later, the Mamelodi Sundowns #1 goalkeeper returns to his hometown, not only just to visit home, but to do something special for the community. And joining us now is Mamelodi Sundowns #1 goalkeeper and Bafana Bafana captain. And it is not every day that Ronwen, we can talk about the Springbok captain coming from Gqeberha, and we also talk about yourself also coming from here, but we'll touch on that later on. Something special that you are doing here this weekend, on a very important weekend of the Youth Month and also Youth Weekend. The R30 Foundation, tell us more about it and what you are doing this weekend.
Good evening, Mr. Velile, and to all the viewers. It's a special moment for me, special moment for my family, for the Ronwen 30 Foundation directors. This has been a long time coming, you know. I've had dreams about giving back and helping out in my community. And finally today, the Ronwen 30 Foundation is launched. It's up and running. And today it was a very successful day. So my heart is, I'm happy, you know, I'm so proud, excited, and just to see the smiles on the kids' faces today, you know, was so heartfelt. So I'm happy and I'm privileged to be in this position to help and give back to my community.
The choice of Gelvandale Primary School, and also, I mean, I saw some of the guys that you also grew up with there today, members of the community. Why in particular that primary school?
For obvious reasons. I attended the Gelvandale Primary School. That's where everything started for me. You know, that dream, that vision that I had to become a professional footballer. It started when I was at Gelvandale Primary. So now that I've made it and I've played professionally, 20 years later, I go back to the school and try and inspire the next Ronwen Williams, the next Dane Clayt, the next Rio van Heerden that comes from the same area, Gelvandale. And I mean, I've been in touch with the school since I've left. You know, it's not the first time that I'm going back and giving back. So it's a relationship that has been there throughout my life, throughout my career. You know, they instilled good values in me at such a young age, and I just want to give back to them and help where I can.
You talk about the guys, Rio van Heerden, you went to Denmark with FC Copenhagen. You talk about someone like Dan Clayt went to School of Excellence ahead of you, Kemit Erasmus. How much of that did they also inspire you before SuperSport scouted you in back in 2003?
Yeah, definitely. They played a big role. At that time it was very difficult because there wasn't many locally based players that were doing well, that was on the international stage, that was on the TV, and having someone so close to you in Kemit Erasmus and where you're from, and Dane Clayt, we're basically from, you know, we're a few streets away from each other, and seeing them make it, you know, what gave me that motivation that I can also make it, you know, because I had I always knew that I had the talent, I had the ability, but maybe there wasn't enough role models, from back home that gave me that edge that I can make it as well. So big ups to them, for helping me, for helping the others that came after me as well. Reef Rossler, Deno and Farmer. There's so many of us now that is putting Gqeberha, on the stage that it deserves to be at.
In my interview earlier today with your mom, Mamu Hazel, she was talking about how the community has been fully behind them, and she describes the night when we were in Yamoussoukro and you saved those 4 penalties against Cape Verde, and you get the sense that people here are fully behind you.
Throughout my career, when I left to Supersport Academy at 12 years old, the street was full of people to come wish me well, to come say bye. And I can remember the community was crying, to see such a young boy leaving his home, to go to the unknown, because I didn't know what is expected there, so it was very difficult, but they wished me well, they prayed for me, and their prayers, kept me through the tough times, the ups, the downs, so I'm just glad that now I can give back and inspire the next one to come out of Gelvandale.
The distance between Gelvandale and Zwide is just 8 kilometers, and I'm looking at maybe in our lifetime we'll never have this opportunity again, that 2 boys coming from townships in Gqeberha are national team captains for the biggest sporting codes in this country.
Amazing, amazing, and like I've said, Sia Kolisi inspires me. I've had many conversations with him, and I told him, what he's doing with his foundation, inspires me. It inspired me to start mine as well, and we had the opportunity to, to have a chat about it, and hopefully in the future, we can link up and do something, for the whole Gqeberha, not only where we come from, because we want to give back to the whole of Gqeberha, because there's so many kids, that has the talent, but they don't have the opportunities, and maybe they don't have that belief that they can make it. So hopefully, in future, when the time allows, then myself, Sia, and a few others, that's made it as well, we can holistically get Gqeberha involved.
Just to talk about Bafana Bafana now, and we come back, we're coming back from an international week, a successful one, 4 out of 6 were in course for a qualification to the World Cup. I will not speak about the developments in Nigeria, but something special happened, and how important was for the young boy like Relebohile Mofokeng to make his debut, and the role you played in that.
Yeah, first and foremost, we had a plan for the camp. Coach said that we won 6 points, and we achieved our targets. 6 would have been, outstanding, but 4 is amazing as well. We're still sitting top of the log. Yes, there's goal difference involved, but points-wise, we are there, and that is the ultimate: is to stay in the chasing pack and get, a gap between you and the others down there, and we need to start opening that gap, and that's exactly what we've done. Coming to Mofokeng, he's such an amazing person. He's just a happy soul, a happy boy. When I see him each and every day, he's just happy, he's smiling. He just fitted in like a glove. And when I watched him at training, I saw a kid, that's happy to be part of the Bafana Bafana setup, and rightfully so, he made his debut. It's no credit mustn't be given to me. It must be given to him and his team and his family for, helping him. And I mean, he had an amazing season, at such a young age, and he's so fearless, so big ups to him. He deserves his debut fully.
And just briefly, are we doing a clean sweep in the PSL Awards?
It's possible, like the motto of the foundation says, your dreams are valid.
Yeah.
And I've had dreams of obviously being footballer of the season. When I saw a few years ago when Kune won it, Andre Arendse won it also years ago, and I was like, what would it take for me to get it? And I think I've shown over the last 2 years, my consistency has been key, has been, amazing, but I couldn't have done it alone. So big ups, to the team, to myself personally, it's been an amazing few years for me. And I'm proud of myself, and I'm just happy, you know, that I'm getting maybe the recognition, you know, that I didn't get before. And, you know, whatever happens next week, I'm still proud of the season that I've had. And that will only inspire me, win or lose, it will inspire me to be even better next season.
That overseas offer, is there something you're hiding somewhere?
I wish there was something, honestly. I wish there was something, but nothing concrete. Obviously, I renewed my deal with Mamelodi Sundowns.
More zeros now, eh?
I hope that means more clean sheets. More clean sheets. Yeah, no, I'm happy at Mamelodi Sundowns. But if something comes up and the club is happy to let me go, I mean, I've got a coach who's so ambitious. You know, as much as he doesn't want to lose me. He said before, you can play in the English Premiership easily. You know, you've got the ability, you've shown at the highest level at AFCON. So if a coach sees that in me, you know, who am I to judge myself? So if something comes about and the club is happy, then, you know, I can make the move.
Wow, thanks so much, Skipper. Well, Tabiso, you've just heard it for yourself. Eastern Cape's finest, South Africa's finest, and one of the best on the continent, Ronwen Williams. A special season for him, just for his club only, 30 clean sheets. I don't want to go to Bafana Bafana because there's just more there. It's been good from our interview here with Ronwen Williams, Bafana Bafana captain, and Mamelodi Sundowns #1. It's back to studio.
Thank you, Verile Mnyandu. Can't wait for the PSL Awards on the 23rd of June to see if they'll put the icing on the cake there for Ronwen Williams. Also, shout out to his junior club, Shutterproof Rovers, and his uncle Maurice, by the way, who turned him from a striker to a goalkeeper because he was also a goalkeeper. And the rest, as they say, is history.